Yo folks, and welcome to the channel. My name is Bork. In today's video, we'll be talking about ranks 11.4 to 11.5 and a bit of Lunatower. Rank 11.4 means these 4 pieces of gear, and then rank 11.5 will unlock this middle left piece right here. So let's go ahead and jump right into this so we can get into the informational bit. You can see this guide is going to be by Chocolate, so huge thank you to him as always for compiling this together. And then we're also going to be reviewing Miss Nyara's post right here as well. So key characters that we got to talk about, of course, is going to be Makoto right here. Just note that she is going to be iffy, so she can stay at rank 9.5, 9.6, or she can go to rank 11.5. It really depends on the situation. Just note that rank 9 is going to be for esports, or essentially technical players who have very close timings, and then rank 11 is for, you know, more of your casual players. So it's up to you, it's up to your clan. I would keep at least 1 copy of a rank 9.6 within your clan. That way you can run the option in case you need it. It'll probably be good for the first lap. And the next character that we have to cover also is going to be Summer Kokoro. Just note that she is going to be a core unit that you essentially want at 10-2. So ideally don't upgrade her from that nomenclature whatsoever, and she sort of remains there for the longevity of the game. And then we also have to talk about Ruka. She's going to be one of the new premier tanks that we have because she has a def break, and you want to leave her at 8.6 almost indefinitely. And note right here, it says core in many comps. All right, so you're going to want to use this for a majority of the time. And then we also have June right here, who's going to be a core for tier 3, but just note that she can stay at 11.5. The next character that I want to cover is going to be Tomo right here. Ideally, you leave her at 10.6 because she's not going to be getting that much incoming damage to her, and she's going to be able to do her UBs a lot more frequently if you can leave her at 10.6. But you can rank her up to 11. Just don't equip like the left piece of gear, because the left piece of gear will give her too much defensive stats. And then the last characters we have to talk about is going to be Tamaki and Summer Tamaki. Now, the reason why is because Summer Tamaki is going to be better at 11.3 in particular fashion, so that she can generate more TP based off of the less gear she wears. Most likely she won't need like the armor pieces is what I'm guessing, and just note that she is a core unit. And then when it comes to Tamaki, you can leave her at 11.4 or 11.5. Just note that 11.5 might be more favorable in arena situations, but she is going to be very used in the CBs. So those are like the main characters that you can essentially have in various ranks. And then when it comes to Kaori right here, you can either keep her 11.4, 11.5. Depending on the situation where she's face tanking, you might want her at 11.5, but just leave her at 11.4 in case you need like that extra bit of thickness so that she can actually stay alive. Other characters that you might want to look into are going to be characters like Eriko. She's going to be performing at 11.5. Jita is going to be performing at 11.5. She needs all the stats that she can get. Christina, of course, is going to be 11.5. Ideally, have her at 4 stars or more. She's going to be powerful everywhere, and you want her to pretty much have the highest gear as possible. Shinobu, leave her at 8.6 ideally. Ranks 11 plus or more for PvP. Yukari, you want her at 11.4, 11.5. It doesn't really matter too much, but it's mostly so that she can get her TP generation off appropriately. Then you have Ilya right here. 11.5 is going to be the best way because you want her to have more stats. Same thing with Saren right here. And then you're going to also want our normal Kokoro pretty much be at 10.2, similar to our Summer Kokoro as well. And then Mitsuki, 11.4, 11.5, situational at best. And then Akari, you can leave her at 11.3 in case you want like, you know, more of her UB generations. You can see like if you actually go into like these little tabs on the ranks, it'll tell you what pieces of gear to essentially equip based off of, you know, whether you want to be esports or not. And then you have Arisa right here as well. 11.4, 11.5. 11.5 is probably like more recommended for folks. Doesn't really matter. The UB like shift in one action is like the thing that you have to worry about. So if you have her at 11.5, essentially she might miss one UB, which is kind of essential. Suzuna, you want her at 11.5, you know, more damage, more stats. And then when it comes to Shori, you're actually going to want her at 11.4 or 9.6. There are some situations where the R9 timing is going to be a little bit better, so kudos to people who actually left her at 9.6. And then when it comes to Misato or Misato, 11.4, 11.5. And when it comes to Karu, you want her at 11.5. And then you don't use Hatsune too much. Summer Carol, of course, she's going to be at 11.5. She needs all the stats that she can get. And yeah, that's a majority of the characters. We have Kyoka here as well, 11.4, ideally better for her. You don't have to 11.5. I guess if you're using Halloween Misaki, 11.4, 11.5, and apparently she's a core for a majority of units. But yeah, those are majority of the characters. If you actually look at Miss Nyara's guide, it's fairly similar. You know, a lot of characters, they're going to be having various ranks. Ruka being at 8.6, Tsumigi being at 9.6, 10.6, but she's not really used in CB. For Makoto, 9.6 is going to be better for certain tiers. You can see CB tiers 1 to 2 for you. gears, and then a rank 11.5 for CB tier 3. So ideally you actually have a mixed bag of Makotos within your clan. That way you can handle certain situations. So it's going to be interesting for clans to pretty much keep certain Makotos at lower ranks. And then Ayane Christmas, apparently she's going to be a core unit, and she's going to be better at either 9.6 or 10.5 or 11.4. I think that's kind of interesting as well. And then for Ayane, it seems like rank 11.5 is better for PvP, but rank 9.6, 10.6 is probably more favorable. But what I really want to showcase is, you can see here, rank 11.5, majority of them are going to be, you know, actually recommended. So like the ones like June, and we talked about earlier, like Kaori, Eriko, Christina, of course, is like the biggest one. And then of course Suzuna. Suzuna was like the only like archer that you want. For the most part, Arisa should be at 11.4, and then your Shori should also be at 9.6 ideally. I know she was like upgradable before, and Miss Nyaro might point it out that, you know, you want like Shori to be at 10.6 or higher, but you just want Shori to be a little bit less in ranks. That way she can actually cast her UBs appropriately. But that's going to be like most of the information like with the ranks right here. And I like this one by Chocolate because it's a little bit more visual, but I love the technical analysis that Miss Nyara and her team pretty much provide. Huge thank yous to Chocolate and Miss Nyara as always, and Miss Nyara's team. Let's go ahead and jump back into this and talk a little bit about Luna Tower, because we do have Christina right here, and I know some folks are going to be tackling this. So we have the Google spreadsheets right here that Chocolate created with fried chicken. The most important part that you need to annotate is this is the Christina team that everyone is going to be using, with essentially Summer Kokoro being the main healer, and you have like June and Nozumi. You also have like this mage team that you can rotate in, but as you can see, Christina is going to be asserting her dominance. Floors 112 through 117, I guess you're going to be using like mage comps to essentially like counterbalance things in this Makoto team as well. Then you have like the Christina team essentially flowing on and on and on. Then floor 120, you might have to do like a sacrificial team in order to get through it. And then you have like your Christinas right here dominating from 121 through 125. 126 and forward, then you have mages, and then Christina again 127 and 128. Just note that 129 you're going to be using the Christina team, and then you might need to use a backup mage team. And then floor 130, you're probably going to be using more than one team. And a majority of these like floors, just don't be afraid to use, you know, more than one team. And at the end of it, you can always do like, you know, your little resets right here. You can do like your full heals that can be used every couple of hours or so. But let's go ahead and showcase the Christina team just so you guys can see it. No, I'm not using my Summer Kokoro. I'm using Akino. Akino is just a little bit better for dealing more damage. I'm not at floor 110 plus yet, so that's why I'm going to be using this team right here. It's up to you how you really want to balance things. Just note that Christina is going to be a recommended character that you're gonna want to frequently use, because she's a little bit better when it comes to defense shreds. She can actually deal heavy amounts of damage. Essentially, she's gonna be your better form of Kaori, or what Kaori wants to be. And what's really insane about Christina, of course, whenever she casts her Union Burst, she can actually go invincible. So that I think is gonna be really nice. As you can see, we are taking almost no damage. I love how Akino heals this team so well. Her heal is absolutely perfect because everyone's a frontliner and they like sort of stick together. We have more than enough time, and Christina's just gonna make this so much easier. The only thing that's a little bit different, and I've been seeing a lot of complaints of, is unique equipment isn't available yet. I know it's coming down in the future. Probably it's gonna come in the next patch or moving forward. I think it's not the biggest deal. I'm not too hurt about it, but maybe like this Luna Tower will be a little bit harder because we don't have unique equipment, and clan battle won't be as easy to get through as far as like, you know, the last tier. Just note that everything was nerfed in clan battle this round, so that's going to be really nice. So as you can see there, Christina makes short work. I can't wait to get to floor 110. Let's go ahead and do one more floor for Luna Tower just so we can talk about a couple of things. With the introduction of Christina, PvE game modes are just going to be much easier. I'm looking forward to the moment where we can do an EX dungeon in one round. That would be really nice. And what I'm most excited for is more events to essentially come out so that we don't have any grace periods where we're not sitting around. And the reason why I've been making like too many Princess Connect videos is because there's been gacha games everywhere. I would love to, you know, do more Princess Connect stuff. We'll do a stream, we'll do Twitch, whatever we need to do. It's been a busy schedule for me as of late, just so you guys know. Personally wise, I'm just really happy that Christina's finally in the game, because I can definitely tell with her addition, it just makes a lot of things easier to tackle, which I greatly appreciate, because you kind of have to big brain a lot of things without Christina in your party. Like, just imagine not having defense breaks at certain times, and her invincibility is just so key. Like, there's been so many times where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna lose this fight, and then she goes invincible, and I'm like, no, I'll be fine, I'll be okay. And then she'll cast her UBs again. I can't wait for like other characters to essentially release where, you know, they can deal even more phenomenal damage. Look at this, like we have taken like 0 damage thanks to the fact that Kino's here doing like her healer's job. I love to see it. And I can't wait for ranks 11-5 because it's just gonna make everyone even tankier to make Luna Tower even easier. Anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Once we hit 27,500 subs, we're doing a giveaway. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day and see you guys in the next one.